The CDC announced this week that people who are vaccinated can now go maskless indoors and outdoors. But for anti-vaxxers, it's just Saturday. Children from the ages of 12 to 15 are now allowed to be vaccinated, said the teenagers. Liz Cheney was booted by the House on Wednesday for defending Trump in 2016 after the Access Hollywood incident. What? No. For supporting and defending Trump through the 2016 election and his first impeachment. No. Oh! It was for saying Biden won and that the riots were incited by the aging orangutan. The Biden administration announced on Monday that healthcare providers can no longer discriminate against gay and transgender individuals, which is the latest step in President Biden's efforts to restore civil rights protections for LGBTQ identifying people that were actually eliminated by his predecessor, Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka. This action angered a lot of faith-based organizations, including representatives of Catholic Vote, who say that it turns back the clock on medical sanity. Now, to be clear, LGBTQ identifying people are just asking for respect at the doctor's office. And even though the only experience I have with doctors is them laughing at me every time I tell them that I'm sexually inactive, everyone should be treated with respect, LGBTQ or not. After competing in the 100-meter race against America's best sprinters, all looking to qualify for Olympic tryouts, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf finished dead last in his heat. But I don't want to make fun of this man because he's built like a bull and because he has 13 girls by his side every day, and the only girl I've ever talked to gave me herpes. Seth, why would you write that? No, I told you that in confidence. I didn't mean for this. In rich people news, Bill and Melinda Gates finally divorced this week. So I guess Hugh Hefner was wrong. No amount of money can solve erectile dysfunction. You know what that sound means? It's time for our first segment, Eat a Bowl of Dick. Governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, announced that the Ohio Lottery will give 5 people $1 million each every week to encourage vaccination. This might sound like a good idea, but the funds are coming from COVID relief funds. That money would be much better spent on broader relief from the pandemic. Mike DeWine, not only do you look like Kermit overdosed on pain pills, but you can also eat a bowl of dick. The OSIRIS-REx mission will spend 2 years cruising home with space rock samples that could unlock secrets of the early solar system. So we can do that, but McDonald's can't serve breakfast past 11 a.m.? Where do the McGriddles go, McDonald's? We don't want your Big Mac, we want the McGriddles. You know what, McDonald's? I have something for you. That's a bowl of dick. Facebook is developing a kids version of Instagram called Instagram Kids, even though law enforcement officials point to research showing how the use of social media, including Instagram, has led to an increase in mental distress, body image concerns, and even suicidal thoughts. I mean, just yesterday, a guy with the username @JackBawSucks47 called me a chunky cup of cum. Oh, that was you. You know what? I hate you. In fact, I agree with your mother. I wish you didn't survive the abortion either. Facebook defended its plans, saying its development of a children's version of Instagram would have safety and privacy in mind. So, glossy-eyed, void of emotion Mark Zuckerberg is going to keep kids' feelings in mind? Yeah, okay. You know what, Mark Zuckerberg? Eat a bowl of dick. Star of The Amazing Spider-Man, Marjorie Taylor Greene, aggressively berated AOC this week, yelling, "Hey Alexandria, you don't care about the American people. Why do you support terrorists and Antifa?" After the incident, AOC told the media, "I used to work as a bartender. These are the kinds of people that I threw out of bars all the time.
Damn!
Marjorie Taylor Greene, grab a spoon, because AOC just handed you a bowl of dick. McDonald's has just announced that they will encourage people to go get the vaccine by putting it on their coffee cups. You know it's bad when you get health advice from McDonald's. But hey, maybe some 300-pound anti-vaxxer named Bruce from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with a career in applying for unemployment checks, will take medical advice from a cup of coffee instead of his doctor. The cup of coffee said I should be a personal trainer. No, Bruce. You should get off your fat ass and go get the vaccine. Now look, McDonald's, I see what you're trying to do. I appreciate it. But it's just too far out there for me. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to politely ask you to eat a bowl of dick. Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, we're witnessing history here. This is the first ever double dick. This has been Eat a Bowl of Dick. The Kentucky Derby winning horse Medina Spirit tested positive for steroid influence this week. The horse had the championship title removed and will never be able to race again. Donald Trump actually had something to say about this. After hearing that Medina Spirit failed over 30 drug tests and was discredited and shamed, he officially nominated the horse to replace Liz Cheney. Broadway has announced their plans to open back up at full capacity in the fall. Producers have announced a reduction in cast and crew sizes to slow the spread. And the leader of the pack is actually Chicago the Musical. They're keeping the leads the same, but they're going to replace all the showgirls with Danny DeVito. Let's see, what else happened this week in the chamber of prune juice and cough drops? Well, Texas House Representative Chip Roy challenges Elise Stefanik to replace Liz Cheney in House GOP leadership. He said that we must avoid putting in charge Republicans who campaign as Republicans but then vote for and advance the Democrats' agenda once sworn in. Now, this sounds like a classic Trump supporter, and he is, but Roy also voted to certify President Biden in January, and he also condemned the riot and those trying to challenge the election. Now, both Chip Roy and Elise Stefanik are terrible choices, which is why I'm campaigning for Medina Spirit. Medina Spirit. At least I'm only a junkie. The New York Knicks made the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. Yeah, the Knicks are more excited for an ass whooping than Seth after the show. That's right, you freak. You expose my secrets, I expose yours. Call it even. Colonial Pipeline was hacked this week by a ransomware group called DarkSide. Yeah, that's the best name they could come up with. I mean, that's like if I walked into a drug den and I had the wire on outside of my clothes. I mean, how do we not catch this? But, you know what? They ended up winning because Colonial Pipeline had to pay the hackers off. The payment clears the way for gas to begin flowing again, but it also risks emboldening other criminal groups to take American companies hostage by seizing control of their computers. Said the hackers, "Hey, that's our bad. We didn't mean to harm nobody. We just needed the money." That was Die Hard. It was the hackers from Die Hard. You've just probably never seen Die Hard, Seth. Don't look at me that way. That was a perfect impression. The Biden administration has announced its efforts to... I do good impressions, okay? Thanks for joining us this week. And hey, stay cool, America. Wait, I don't like that line. Let me try another one. Hey, no, stop playing this...